y, x plus 2, x plus 1. Okay, so the thing about this is that if you're going to use the geometric mean, like, oh, the geometric mean of the altitude is this piece, is the square root of this times this. Well, then you've got x and y in the same equation. So scrap that idea. If you use the one about the leg and you start on this leg, you go z, this length is the geometric mean between this segment and the whole thing. Again, you've got z and x in the same equation. You don't want that. Scrap that. So you find where there's numbers. Oh, look, if I start on this leg length, x plus 2, is the geometric mean between x and this whole thing, which is 2x plus 1. And then you've got an equation with numbers and x, and then you can solve for x. So that's the one where you're going to start. So remember, I always like to get the length of the whole hypotenuse. If this piece is x and this is x plus 1, what's the whole thing? 2x plus 1. So I can say that this leg, because remember, the leg is the geometric mean between the segment of the hypotenuse that's touching it and the whole hypotenuse. So it's the product, the square root of the product of those two. So x plus 2 is equal to the square root of x times 2x plus 1. Okay, so how do I get, I've got x is under the radical, and that's very annoying, and I want to get them out. What's the inverse? What undoes taking the square root? The inverse of that. Squaring. Okay, so wrap and square. Here's the important thing, wrap and square. Does this equal x squared plus 4? No. Anyone who's been through Algebra 1 has to know that. It means x plus 2 times x plus 2, that you're foiling it. And when you FOIL that, you get x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4. And when you square this, what doesn't that undo that root sign right there? And so you just get out x times 2x plus 1. So then you go to work simplifying. So x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 2x squared plus x. I distributed. And now it's a quadratic, and I'm going to be left with an x squared, so I'm going to be getting everything on one side set equals 0. So minus x squared leaves a 1x squared on the right. I have a positive 1x here and a positive 4x here. So minus 4x leaves a negative 3x. And then minus 4, and I have a 0. So then it's easy. This is an easy one to factor. X, so x minus 4 times x plus 1, foiling it back. X squared, check, plus 1x minus 4x is negative 3x, check, minus 4. So the solutions are a positive 4 will make this equation true, or a negative 1. Now you don't project a negative just because it's negative. You have to go back and look at it. Could x be negative 1? This would be okay. That wouldn't, because that would be 0, and certainly that couldn't be a negative length. So you have to reject that one. So x must be 4. So if it is 4, then this side would be 4 plus 2, or 6, and this would be 4, and this would be 5, and this would be 9. Then it's easy to find y. Okay, so isn't y the altitude, the geometric mean between this piece and this piece? So I can go y is the geometric mean between 4 and 5. So it's the square root of 4 times 5, which is the square root of, 2 root 5, right? Okay, and then how about z? Z is this leg is the geometric mean between this segment of the hypotenuse and the whole thing. So it's the geometric mean between 5 and 9. Geometric mean between 5 and 9. So I'll have a 3 come out. So z is 3 root 5. Okay? Good one.